Reds, how are we? We are back. Thought to do a little different show tonight. It's called A Liverpool Going to Sack Arne Slot. Who comes in next or what next? However you want to view it. But I've got a belter of a panel tonight. I needed a few fucking musketeers with me tonight. And Rick is in the top corner tonight. How are we, lads?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Getting there this week. It's long.
Mo, below him. How are we, lad? You're on mute. I'll unmute you before you go on one. Unmute yourself, kid. How are we?
I'm good, despite all the shit show that's happening with our football club.
There we go. Greg, how are we, lads?
I mean, to say I've recovered from Bournemouth, I'd be lying. To be honest, goodness me. Don't know, to be honest. I couldn't tell you, lad. Couldn't tell you, Ben. I just feel so unexcited. To be honest, that's all it is. I just feel so unexcited.
Yeah.
And I know that sounds bad, but like, what sounds good anymore? What even is good anymore? And I don't even want. And again, the worst thing about it is that someone could see that and they'd call me spoiled. But lad, come on, like, don't pretend like you're enjoying this. Don't pretend like you're looking forward to this just because you're old fashioned and you saw fucking, Shankly win it and whenever, in fucking 65 when he won the FA Cup for the like, come on, like, no, this is boring. It's crap. We're not enjoying this whatsoever. Manchester United are probably enjoying their season more than we are, and that pains me even fucking more, lads.
They are now, lads, aren't they? They've just beat Man City and they've just gone to the Emirates and beat that shower of shit. But look, we've got over 57 in the building already. Tells you a lot about this football club. They're all zoning in quick, but we appreciate it all. Shout out to everyone in the comments. I'll go through as many comments as I can. As you've got Reds in the building with Slot out already. George, and shout out to, everyone who's always here with us. Dicko, Bavarian, David, Retro in the building. Smash a like and subscribe, people. We're already up to 60. Someone's put Lenny Yoros back. Fucking hell. Hamza, big up, boys. Let's start here, Chris. How are we, fella? Before I go into it, I've got some fucking... Get my IT skills back. Let me just see which one it is. I've got some Slot comments, actually. I want to go through with this. Which one is it? Here we go. Let's start here. Since bearing in mind we should be called Paris Saint-Germain these days, it seems. But a good friend of mine and a good friend of the show, Lewis Steele, this is his comments from the press conference today. Again, this is not going to be a popular opinion. What I tell you now, maybe the reason we won the league last season is because we played Paris Saint-Germain. We had a week to prepare for league games after going out of the Champions League. Rick, he's got an obsession with it. But I think the stupidest thing is that he understands it's going to piss people off. Why say it? And also, we're 15 points clear.
Two things. I think PSG have killed this man's career because he ain't recovered from going out to them in the Champions League. Secondly, he must have a Twitter account and getting pissed off for the amount of shit you must see online about Slot out, Slot shit, Slot's this. Because you see the way he rocked up to the press conference today. He looks like me after a week out on a sesh. Like, he just ain't had a clean shave. It looks like he's growing his hair back. It's just all over the place. And in the comments he's making today, he knows what's acceptable this season where we finish. He knows that. Like, so if we finish 8th, it's acceptable to him. But Harry never went. Listen, the amount of shit that was going around Sunday night on Twitter about potentially him going, and then everyone fell for it. Everyone woke up Monday trying to look at Indicalia's Twitter at 10 o'clock in the morning, like he's got some fucking info. And he's still in the job, and he's about to get his ass handed to him by Karabag fucking tomorrow night.
Shout out to Mark. Hopefully he's back this week. He's had a little time off. Al miserable ass. Good to see you, lads. Mo, the comments aren't great. Again, he keeps reiterating it. Because as I say, I've got 3 screenshots, Mo, and I want to go individually with all of you on each of the things. Because his persona, Mo, has definitely changed. One thing that hasn't changed is the talk of PSG. But Mo, If you know it's going to piss people off, why the fuck say it?
Oh, mate, he's just... He's got to the point with me now, I can only speak for myself, where it just grates on me a little bit now. And it's... If Roy Hodgson's bullshit had a baby with Brendan Rodgers' bullshit, Arne Slot would be the product of that, like. Because he's just waffling nonsense at the moment, and it's just, it's just tedious now, bullshit, like, and it grates on me now. I'm sorry if people disagree with me. I'm to the point where, like Greg said, there's nothing to be excited about anymore. You know what we know, we all know what to expect tomorrow, don't we? Really, and it's just, yeah, just get him out, man. But it doesn't look like he's going to go, is he?
Or is he? We'll find out a little bit. You never know what comes out on this show, Mo. Greg, I feel your pain, lad. I'm feeling a similar way to you. It's the excitement's gone a bit, but I don't like hearing these comments about PSG. I'm going to say one thing, Greg. We're fucking bigger than PSG, lads. Why is this dickhead talking like this, mate? And I try and be respectful as much as I can, but I think he's disrespecting our football club now, constantly talking about a club that's lower than Liverpool, mate. Big deal, he beat us. And fucking what? We'll beat them 10 times, usually out of 10. Know what I mean? It is what it is, but the manager's got this infatuation with them. The infatuation's took over him, Greg, that he thinks that style of play will work in England. It won't.
My biggest problem with all the PSG comments is that for some reason, bro, we fucking played worse after we played PSG. PSG was literally the turning point in us actually playing well and us just straggling over the line. And the fact that let's put context to this, right? Okay, guys, stay with me. Okay, stay with me, and I know you guys will, right? But for the chat as well, please just stay with me, right? So he basically is saying that we managed to cruise the league because we lost to PSG and we had less games. Yeah, that's essentially what he was saying. Okay, let's look at who PSG played in the Champions League after knocking Liverpool out. They had Aston Villa. Now, if you look at the aggregate scores of our games to Aston Villa last season, it was 4-2 to Liverpool, the 2-0 at Anfield, and the 2-2 at Villa Park. Okay? Using that logic, yeah, we can quite comfortably say over 2 legs in the Champions League, we quite easily beat Aston Villa. We go through to the semi-final. Now, who did they play in the semi-final? Arsenal Football Club. Okay? The aggregate score was 2-2, but we've still won the league, right? So we can also use that to just say, look, we probably we get over the line with Arsenal in the semi-final. Okay, yeah. Then who did they have in the semis? No, in the final. Sorry, Inter Milan. We fucking beat them just a month ago. Yeah. So I have it on good authority to say that we would have fucking swatted them in the final. So what's he trying to say here? Is he trying to say that no, lad, we were 12 points clear anyway. We were always going to win that league. And if we didn't somehow not win that league, we never deserved to fucking win it in the first place.
If we would have fucking not won it, it'd been because of him with his fucking stupid logic at times, Greg.
Can we just put that into perspective? He's basically saying that, no, I do not have the capacity to go forward in 2 competitions at once. And I'm like, lad, how can you say that? Because, right, let's rewind the clock a little bit. Let's go back to October. Let's go back to when we lost to Palace and Chelsea and Galatasaray, all within that week, 2 by last-minute winners and 1 by the most dodgy refereeing performance of our season so far. Okay, the early birds were there saying Slot out. It's the first time he's lost 3 games in a run. Okay, it was one of them. We accepted it. We were like, hey, shit happens in footy. You go down a couple of weeks, the loss to United's in there. There's a loss to fucking Palace again in the Cup. There's a loss to Forest at home. There's these games in that next little run. And you're still saying, okay, it's outrageous, this. Hopefully in the press conferences, you can get a bit of inspiration. There was no inspiration in the press conferences. And it's just been the exact same since then. It's been the exact same since then. And now with this new PSG comment, it's almost coming out as being defeatist.
Yeah.
You're coming out and you are openly admitting to saying, look, I simply do not have the capacity. I simply do not have the minerals to go deep in 2 competitions at one in one given time. I don't have the capacity to do it. And it's stupid because we went to the fucking final in the EFL Cup anyway. So what the fuck's he on about?
Mate, do you know what? I just want to shout out Ethan, as always, supporting the channel, mate. We really appreciate it, lad. We really do. He says, I hear the words of PSG and automatically get triggered. The guy dreams of PSG at night, and it's infuriating. Do you know one thing, right? People always say, well, you shouldn't compare Klopp and Slot. I think one thing for sure is you can. And the reason being is Jurgen always thought Liverpool were the best team on the planet. This fella worries about other teams, and I can't have that. It's like, you know, the difference between the two managers is that Klopp always said his plan A would fucking destroy anyone. Our manager doesn't trust his plan A because he constantly talks about low blocks and opposition teams, and that's a big doubt. That, you know, Liverpool usually are swatting teams like fucking flies, as Stephen French would say. Do you know what I mean? Swatting them like fucking flies. But this fella, mate, he rolls over, and I want to go to another message he said, Rick. I want to get your thoughts. So he talks about on the negativity. He said it's going to be really difficult to quiet the outside noise with the position we are in. Even if we win a few games, every loss, the noise will come back. It is impossible to shut down the noise at a club like this if you're not competing to win the league. Well, that's at least a positive sign, Rick, that he understands, you know, fucking the noise is going to come back. But it's not just that, Rick. The noise is going to come back because the football's fucking crap. And, like, we're struggling against garbage opposition. Do you know what, Rick, as well? I just want to say, sorry to ramble on, and you are muted because I am coming to you. But one thing's for sure. Do you know if Liverpool had any sense about them this year? They could have won this league with fucking ease because it's crap. Arsenal are fucking floundering, and we're only in January. Liverpool had any sense? We'd have beat the fucking, you know, the fucking Leeds games, the Forest games. Me and you watched that one together, Mo, and fucking that shit the other day. And Burnley, Liverpool would have pissed this league, Rick.
Yeah. What is it? The Forest Sunderland game, the Leeds game.
Sunderland's another one, yeah. Is that fucking many of them? I can't even remember which games.
There's so many of them, yeah, you're right.
Like, his comments are just shit. Like, the reason why the outside noise is going to continue is because, one, it's shit football. 2, we can't beat the shit teams. 3, worries too much about who he's playing than the way we set up. 4, there's no identity to this team. Like, you can just keep going on and on and on. Like, I hope, like, listen, Edward Hughes, FSG, whoever you think's in charge of calling Slot in and out of a job, I hope they don't take into account this Champions League game if we win it, because we should be fucking pasting this team carrot bag, not asked.
Fucking hell, mate. These are like a conference level fucking team.
So I hope they're going to base it on the league games only. City are still in with a chance of winning the league. That's opened right up. So them coming to Anfield next week, mate, we could get pasted at home by fucking City and Haaland. Do I think he gets that far? No, because I don't think we beat Newcastle the weekend, and I think the noise will be too much. The booze will be too much at the end of the game, and I think that will be the end of him. But it's like, what's he going to do? Like, is he worrying about how Carabag are going to set up tomorrow night? Like, to then let us play our game of football. Like, you can't be worrying about teams that are coming to Anfield, the way they're going to set up. You just need to do your job, set us up the way that's going to win the game, and then see how it plays out. Then adjust in game like you get paid to do. But it's just like he's just talking for the sake of it now. Like, he's taking sly little digs at fans in everything he was saying today. Like, the 2 titles in 30 years. He weren't saying that last season when he won the league, was he? So
it's, to me, I take offence to that, Mo.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just, do you know what? Because obviously, I'm going to bring that comment up, actually, Mo. This is the one. Just bear with me a second. This is not the one. There's that many fucking comments. Where is it? Yeah.
Careful.
Yeah, sorry. This one, Mo, when you were Liverpool, the aim is to win the league, but we only did this twice in 30 years. I have my opinion about what is acceptable, but I'm not going to share that. Well, one thing's for sure is, mate, we know what's acceptable, and this shit isn't. Yeah. Mo, and one thing's for sure is, this is where I keep saying on Twitter, Mo, I think he goes before the start of the season. I really do. And before the summer, sorry.
I was going to say start of next season. That's ages
I know,
ago.
fucking hell, apologies. I'll have people fucking crying in the comments saying he's staying. But one thing for sure, Mo, his demeanour's changed. I think a couple of weeks ago, this manager was told that he's probably not going to be in the job next season. And I think the media are trailing behind him, personally, with regards to the news. Because the bad results have started appearing again, Mo. So I think now he's throwing little digs as if to say, don't forget who's fucking won you the second league title in 30 years. It's the goodness has gone from him now. It's not 2 and 5, which he was happily saying on a fucking mic. Do you know what I mean? So, TikTok is all I will say, Mo.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully, I mean, look, he's whatever he does. I don't want anyone to lose their job, and he's going to find his feet, and he'll get a nice little payoff and stuff like that. But it's got to a point where enough is enough, and you're right. He seems like he's on borrowed time, and I think the way that probably the club are looking at it, I'm just speculating here, is there's no other manager out there available immediately. Maybe Alonso wants to come at the end of the summer, so they're treating Slot as an interim. He's the actual interim now until Alonso comes.
He's not doing a fucking good job, is he?
Yeah, but and then we've had Gerrard's name thrown in a few times, so maybe they're thinking, look, if the next 3-4 results get to a point where we're falling behind, maybe the new bounce could be Gerrard until Alonso. We don't know what Alonso's position is. He could have said, look, I'm not coming till summer, or you don't know if he's going to join mid-season. So there's still a lot of moving parts, but I agree with Rick. I agree with you. I think if you draw and lose next 3 games, Karabag draw, for example, loss, then come on, there's no way back from that. That hole's too deep for you to come out of, surely.
This is it. I just want to say shout out to Jay, with the paid comments. We appreciate it, mate. He said Slot is a natural Tottenham Hotspur or a manager who did brilliantly to win us a league. Not everyone can be a long term. Time's up, Xavi time now. Greg, and I understand it from a lot of people's point of view, Greg. I agree with Mo. We don't like soccer managers. I'm getting to the point, Greg, whereby I'm sick of fucking even kicking off about the team and the manager, because this is not what we wanted to do with regards to do the podcast all the time, Greg. And we want to talk great. We want to be fucking having a laugh, saying what a fucking result, what a performance. This player's been doing this, that, and the other. Well done, the manager. But Greg, we could probably fucking just replay a video from a few weeks ago tonight. The shit's not changed. It's not good enough. And Greg, I've been saying this for a while. We speak personally every day, and I believe it's come down to this week for him, Greg. The 3 home games, lads, are very important for me. And I think if he doesn't win 2 of them out of the 3, and I'm including tomorrow, I think he goes after City if that's the case.
Well, got to wait and see, haven't we? We have really got to wait and see.
Tough week, Greg. Tough spotlights on him now.
Yeah, no, definitely. Again, it's just, you guys might have seen that tweet I made the other day where I said it's the most conflicting time I've ever felt being a Liverpool fan. For those who didn't see the tweet, I basically said I feel it's the most conflicted I've ever felt as a Liverpool fan, because someone will say one thing and I completely agree, and then someone will say the complete polar opposite thing and I'll still completely agree. And that's why for me right now, in this moment of time, I'm just like, look, I don't know what the kind of game plan is inside AXA. I have no idea what the idea is. I have no idea what they're thinking. I have no idea what their time limits are. I have no idea what's going on. I have like 0 clue. Because look, if we have anything about us, we'd see Champions League still salvageable, FA Cup still salvageable, and top 4, possibly top 5, right? It's definitely still there for the taking. Okay, now let's go over it. Okay,
yeah.
Top 4/top 5. Do I think personally, as a Liverpool fan, do I think that playing like this with the results that we're getting, bearing in mind 4 points out of 5 games in 2026, come Ed, what's that about? Do I think we're going to get top 4, top 5? No. Oh my God, I've just seen United convincingly, by the way, beat City and Arsenal in a fucking row.
By far the better team in both, Greg.
Convincingly, by the way. I'm not even taking the piss. Look, I had to watch the highlights for the Arsenal United game, right? But from what I saw, United took the fucking piss with them, right? And Chelsea, look, we all know Chelsea have just been up and down this season, but Chelsea this season have just shown that they are just a top 4 club. They just do enough to get top 4, and we all know that they can and they will. Do Liverpool look like they do? No, we have not. So I think top 4 is done ultimately if we keep this same thing going. Champions League's different, FA Cup's different, right? Do I think we can still win them? Obviously, absolutely. I guess I still think we can. Because for me, the Champions League and whatever, it's not like you just got to be better on the day, and Liverpool can do that. We can do that in Europe. But now it comes to the point of, what do Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes see? Do they see the Champions League and the FA Cup being just as done as the league, or do they see them as salvageable? If they see them as just as done, why don't they just get rid of Slot now? It makes no sense. If they think everything is just as done as each other, why not pull the trigger now? The fact that they haven't pulled the trigger now means that they definitely think that something is salvageable. If they think that something is salvageable, why the fuck have we not already gone and signed a centre-back? Why have we not already gone out there, pinpointed that player that we want, and gone boom? Okay, so there's that side. Now we've got the side of they've done with Slot, right, and they've already got Alonso lined up in the summer. Okay, why don't we bring in the player that Alonso wants right now? So if we do end up pulling the trigger with Slot, Alonso can work with a team that he's somewhat happy with already, work with that for the remaining bit of the season with no stress, no hassle, no expectations, just good vibes, good energy from the fans and positivity. Why not just let him work with that now and bring in a few players? Not even a few, bro, just bring in a centre back. Do you want it? I'm not trying to get too fucking aggy on stream, but I hope everyone understands what I mean. I hope everybody gets what I'm saying here. Because whatever's going on, not even with Slot, this is like a beyond the Slot thing. This is like a top. I'm talking about the suits. If I can't comprehend what the game plan is.
I think so. See, a mate of mine saying on the Ornstein thing, he said he's very sure he gets till the summer. I don't believe they have any knowledge at the minute, these journalists. I really don't believe it, Rick. I think they're clutching at straws that they were told a few things a couple of weeks ago. I'd be very worried for Arne if I was Arne Slot. I think the comments today kind of sum it up, Rick. But one thing's for sure is, Liverpool can't just let it carry on like this, Rick. There's no guarantee now. We've seen two sides have manager bounces. Chelsea and United have pretty much won all the games since they've changed managers. And if Liverpool think, mate, I'm just going to say this on air, right, and shout. It's 154 watching. Smash a like and subscribe if you're just joining us. If you want to become a member, become a member. But one thing for sure, Rick, do you know Liverpool think they can go to the end of the fucking season just strolling to top 4? Then they deserve not to get it. Because if you're not going to fucking do something about it, bringing in players and not consider that this manager's not good enough, then you deserve what you get, Rick. And I believe if they do that, they won't get anything. They won't deserve anything and they won't get it. Because right now, lad, they're playing some of the worst football in the fucking Premier League, Liverpool, Rick.
Mate, I'm convinced no one looks at the league table in the office. They can't do because, fucking hell, Rodgers got... I know Slot won a league, but Rodgers got sacked for being around the same sort of position in the league. Fucking Hodgson got... Hodgson's different story, but he's got a better points to fucking game ratio at the minute than Slot. It's like they're just letting it drag. It's like kicking a can down the road and hoping it fucking fills back up a fucking Coke and sits back up on a nice cold on the shelf.
Unfortunately, ours split and sprayed fucking shite all over body, lads.
Like there's nothing in the games that we're playing show that he's going to turn it around. There's nothing. He's just going week by week, drawing games. This 14 unbeaten fucking run we was on was a joke.
That stopped.
It was a hoax, lad.
Yeah, like we drew like Leeds, Sunderland, Leeds again. Fucking these teams, we can't beat a newly promoted team yet. We won the league last year. Now that run's over, we lost to Bournemouth. It's just time to go. Just like give the new geezer a chance to come in, try and salvage top 5, top 4. Because these people who get paid a lot of money, Edward Hughes, can't be looking at this and thinking, yeah, we're guaranteed to get Champions League football. Like you said, Man United have beat Man City and they beat Arsenal back to back. Chelsea look like Greg said, they're just a top 4 team. They look like they've got a new manager bounce as well. Why can't we have that? Like, I'm not saying Gerrard's going to be the best manager you'll ever see. He probably ain't, but at least he'll give the fans a boost, the players a boost, just because who he is. Like, he's got that aura in it. Like, he's a Liverpool legend. Like, just take the whole, rip the Band-Aid off and just go again. Like, get rid of Slot. It's time, man. Like, we can't keep having this same conversation. Like, this season, I feel like this pod's like more of a fucking therapy session every week than it is talking about Liverpool winning games. Like, but it's just shit. Like, I just can't see where he's going to change. And I like I said, I think they keep him till the summer. And we'll see what happens, Ben Boy, because we've got that dough on that.
I'm not confident he goes, lad. I'll double a bet with you. Go on, shit out. You're doing an Arne Slot on me, lad. Trying to be fucking clever in the media, you fucking dickhead. But look, shout out to everyone just joining. 153 in the building. If you want, let's try and get up to 100 likes. I just want to go through some people who just joined in, Mo. Andy and Dave's just joined. There he is. Lil FC. This fella's not happy. As you can see by Gary, he's also not happy, Mo. He said, sack this fool. Josh _media TV, as always in the comments, shout out to him. He is saying, does this mean the top heads are happy with us underperforming, Mo? I don't believe they are. And the little things I've heard through a few mates of mine who do get little snippets, they're not happy at the club, lads. Can't be, Mo. Liverpool aren't even in the what position? I've stopped looking at the league, mate, because I'm not even that arsed at the minute. They've done me head in that much that I can't fucking even think about them, mate. And that upsets me because I'm fucking obsessed with Liverpool, lads. I wake up every morning and the first thing on my mind is Liverpool Football Club. But at the minute, mate, the energy's been zapped from me. That I'm struggling to fucking to read things about them. I usually am on Twitter about where talk. All of us constantly talking, group chats and what have you. But at the minute, the same shit talk is driving me fucking batshit crazy, Mo. These aren't happy, lad. They're not. Let's say one thing, Mo. I know people are going after Edwards and News and stuff, but they're not stupid, lad.
Well, look, good that they're going after Edwards and Hughes. Let's see how they react to that first.
Pressure, Mo. Pressure will make a reaction.
Yeah, pressure, man. Pressure. That's what we need to do. Like, you know, I don't want to go down a road and create a different colour scarf. You know, I don't want to go down our road like those Manx have. But you know, show some pressure to them and see how they react. Look, top Reds and anyone connected, they can't be happy with it. No fucking way. Like, there's like it's only going to get worse before it gets any good at all. So, you know, I've gone from looking at first 5 games of the season, thinking, oh yeah, we might do this, to looking at how many points we are from first. Now to looking at how many points we are from fourth. Now to looking at how many points we are from fifth. So, like, when is it going to stop? Like, you know, I'm like you. I look at the table. Well, you haven't looked at the table. I look at the table and think, but I look at the table now and I think, do you know what? After the Man City game, we could be like 10, 12. I shouldn't laugh. It's depressing. It's horrible. It is horrible. But how bad does it have to get before the people, whoever run this club, whoever makes the decisions, you know, react? You know, there was always the excuse from the top Reds as well. If you're going to get rid of him, who are you going to get in? Like, well, they can't use that excuse now. There's someone who's connected to the club, who's got the fibre of the club, who's win major things with the club, who knows everything about the club, available. He's won a league, so you know he comes with pedigree. Let's just go get him, like. But no, apparently we're going to wait and see, you know, how further adrift we're going to get to top 5 before we make that move, which is just madness. Even from FSG are businessmen, even from a business sense, is crazy. But for them being businessmen, they've probably already pre-planned this. They've probably got a budget for when we finish out of top 5 and a budget for when we finish in top 5 Champions League. So they're probably saying, well, Hughes and Edwards, you call the shots, but this is your budgets.
Very, very interesting, Mo. Very interesting. As Jay's saying, people, if you don't like the video, Slot will be here till the end of the season. Don't jinx it and like the video. That's it. It's on you guys now. Fucking like it. Greg, I've seen a few things like, you know, they'll just let it roll on, and you know they're hoping that this manager's drastically going to turn things around. And as I say, mate, there's going to come a time and a place, Greg, that too far's gone, where whatever changes, new person or not, there's not going to be much to change because Liverpool won't get top 4, top 5, however you want to look at it. And this is what I'm saying, mate. I believe he goes very soon, in my opinion, because nothing's going to change, Greg. Do you know the difference between, like, as I said, I had Josh Williams on the other day, Greg. Don't know if you see it. Mm-hmm. And he asked me, he's like, well, what do you think, Ben, fucking with regards to Slot's football and stuff like that from last season and this season? I said, I didn't really like it last season, but I think we needed to calm down a notch after Jurgen. We put so much in, didn't we, in Jurgen's final year? Mm-hmm. And all he is, that we needed have a little relax for a minute, as I say, like not being so fucking on edge. But the club lacks proper emotion at the minute, Greg. And the manager's never got that. He's never built a rapport with the fucking fans. Like, at the minute, lads, people are just saying the back on him because he's never built the connection with the club properly. And I just think that's what's going to go against him. He's made loads of mistakes this season, Greg, and the list is endless. People don't like the way he's treated certain players. He's now started throwing youngsters under the bus with comments that he's made. And, mate, it's hard to see how people are still backing him, in my opinion. And I hate saying that. I really do. But when I see comments like this today, Greg, you know, he talks like he's fucking working for a small club, the manager, Greg. And he's not. He's working for fucking one of the biggest clubs in world football, in the top 3, 4, however you want to look at it, in world football. Act fucking like it, mate. Stop talking about this low blocks like it's like a fucking alien's just landed from fucking Mars on the fucking planet Earth. It's stupid, lads. You've even got our legends saying to him, shut the fuck up, basically. You know what I mean? Now Carragher's on fucking Sky Sports pulling the team apart. This manager needs to sort his shit out. And I just think, mate, he is very close to going. Because you know what he looks like to me, Greg? He looks like a man that's saying certain things so the hierarchy hear what he's saying. As in, don't forget who's the fucking fella.
He's trying to send a message out to them, you're right.
Sending a message, Mo. Yeah. Let's face it.
It's subliminals, isn't it? It's the subliminal messages.
Lad, he's never going to get a job like this ever again. He may think the Holland job's the one for him. Listen, boys, Liverpool shit all over Holland, lads. That's how big we are. And they're a nation. You know, what we do in football rocks the world. Whatever they do, it doesn't. Do you know what I mean? So, for me, he's massively out of his depth, Greg. And, you know, you're seeing the real truth coming out of his mouth, mate. He doesn't understand the job that he's got.
I don't think it's that bad to just accept that. Look, it's all right to call it a day after one season. It's all right to be a one season wonder. It's all right. Like, it is. It's perfectly fine to accept that. It is. Do you know what I mean? Like, it really is. And, look, at the same time, there are parts of the season where parts of like this whole thing in which I do feel bad for Slot. You know, it like the lack of like kind of what's the word? The lack of noise from again the suits, kind of a lot of the not injuries, but I guess the absences that we have had. You know, obviously it's a lot harder to prepare for Bournemouth when, you know, the centre-back partnership, which you've been playing all season, won't be available because of Konaté's situation. Obviously, wishing him all the best, and hopefully he takes his time well and is spending time with his family. You know, stuff like that's hard to prepare for. And then obviously Joe Gomez getting injured. I mean, look, it's one of them. Like, you can't prepare for them during the 90 minutes, but you obviously can prepare for them. Go like upstairs. You know what I mean? So in that regard, I do have my kind of, you know, sympathy for Slot. But at the same time, I look back to October where we had our worst run, and ironically, that is when we had a fully fit squad. We had one injury, maybe one or two injuries that entire time. The only player I think that was injured in that time after, I think, well, not even Frimpong. Frimpong was there as well during that time. Like, literally, we had every single player available at our disposal during that time, minus Isak, who got that little twinge against Frankfurt. You know what I mean? We had pretty much everyone there, and obviously Frimpong got that twinge against Frankfurt as well. But realistically, during the first 4 losses of that stretch, where we had Chelsea, Palace, Galatasaray, and United, we had pretty much everyone available. You know what I mean? We did. And so it's not even a case of that the squad. No, we were crap even when we had the full team. We were terrible even when we had the full team.
Greg.
I know what the worst thing about it is. The worst thing about it is that we had them full squads. We had them full squads, and we still didn't set up the team right at the starting 11. And against United, against Palace, against fucking who else was there? Chelsea. We started the wrong team, and then when we made the substitutions, we finally got back on board in all 3 of them games. We did. Obviously, Ekitike was suspended for Palace, so we'll let that one slide. However, we made some substitutions at half time. I've forgotten all about that game, by the way, that away game, the 2-1. But fuck it, right? I know. I've said it all season. We brought on the subs just after half time, and we absolutely battered them in that second half. We were going at them; they did not have a single chance. All the ball was in their box, and that's how we got our goal. And obviously, because it was just too little, too late, they just got the momentum last minute and scored that winner. But we wouldn't have been in that predicament in the first place if we would have just started the right team, started with that momentum, just just fucking battered them from minute 1. Same against Chelsea. They scored first. The tactics are wrong there. Why is no one pressing Caicedo? They've clearly been told to sit back. They've given him space, which is an instruction by the manager. That is not because they're stupid. That is an instruction by the manager. And then what happens? Vert comes on at half-time, absolutely changes the game. We are on top of them. And you think to yourself, why has he not just started from the get-go? Why has he not just been put there from minute 1 so we can play this kind of football that we've been playing now for the first 20 minutes of the second half? For the entire first half, why couldn't we do it? And again, it was just an unlucky last-minute winner. But we wouldn't have been put in that predicament if we just set up correctly. And then Manchester United, don't even get me fucking started. Yeah,
don't bring that one up, lad. That's the worst.
You're telling me Ekitike and Vert both didn't start. He went with the exact same team as Ekitike and Vert did not start that game. He brought on Ekitike and
started most of the big games, Greg, and he's one of our most important fucking players.
Ekitike and Vert didn't start United, and we started absolutely shit. Granted, Gakpo did miss a sitter, right? And if that goes in on maybe a blue moon, if that goes in, right, it's a different game. However, he didn't. But even with that one chance, they were still pounding us, We were getting absolutely demolished by them. And then we brought in Ekitike and Vert, and the game fucking changed. I'm not even going to say the rest of it because I've said it for the past 2 games. Everyone gets what I'm saying. And that was early on in the season.
This comment sums it up, Greg. He's overcomplicated it. Greg, a lot of people agree with you, And
I'm happy because this is not me just coming up with speculation or trying to act like a genius. No, this is just me saying what is exactly happened on the pitch. Yeah. I feel like a comedian who just tells you when a politician does something. No, the joke's not funny. That is actually what just happened. No, that is exactly what happened. And if Slot was getting things wrong, back then when he had a fully fit squad, how the fuck's he meant to sort things out when he's not got everyone at his disposal? Fuck, lad. He had everyone at his disposal for Spurs, and we struggled against 10 fucking men. Oh my God.
Lads, we were at Newcastle together, lads, and we struggled with fucking when they had men sent off, lads, and they got back into the game. It's just Rick, he's very uninspiring. The team is a reflection of him. And one thing's for sure, Rick, is that Liverpool can't just waste time. Fit players or not, Liverpool have been shit for a long time. And look, I've seen a lot of people saying, and God rest his soul, Jota situation hasn't helped this year. Of course it hasn't. But Liverpool were a bit shit before he even passed away and before we even won the league title, Rick. So we've got to call it for what it is. I want to just mention now, I want to move on from this manager for a minute. I believe he's going to get sacked before the season's done. I don't know where you are. I'm going to get your answers on that before we wrap up the show. So just leave it for now, your answer on that one, Rick. I know you kind of give yours away since we're talking about a fucking bet. But Rick, Xabi Alonso is available. I think it'd be a very exciting proposition because I think, do you know what? If Liverpool weren't going to get top four regardless, Rick, I'd sooner sack the manager and bring Alonso in or whoever in, and even if we didn't get top four, I'd rather do that than sitting on our hands, Rick. I'd rather look like we're trying to rectify and not just let this fizzle out because at the minute it's looking like it's fizzling out. But they have to make a change, Rick. And one thing's for sure, mate. I'd say it is going to be Xabi Alonso, Rick. I'm not saying it's going to be him that comes in right away in case he wants a little bit longer to assess things. But my God, Rick, we as a club need to stop talking about this. Is the manager staying or going? It's just no good for anyone. You can see it with the players, Rick. There's so much negativity throughout this club and it's toxic from the top down.
If you're backing him, like apparently FSG and Edwards and Hughes are, put that 3-year deal back on the table then.
And some fucking players on the table then.
Put that 3-year deal back on the table to stop the uncertainty around his future here. Because if you're not backing him, then get rid of him. If you're backing him, give him the deal that you were going to give him. Like I said to you in the WhatsApp group earlier, I'll put that question in. If we leave it too late, keep Slot in. Will Alonso want to come play Europa League or Conference League football with us next year? He's got high aspirations of himself as a manager. All right, he took the Real Madrid job too early, didn't discredit himself there. He potentially still won the league there because they're a couple points off Barca. He left because of politics and the players and stuff.
No. Sorry to interrupt, Ricky. Right, that is perfect. That is literally that's the whole thing. That's the whole reason he left Madrid, and people still say, "Oh, but he failed at Madrid." No, like he was. It was all politics. Sorry to interrupt. Go on, carry on.
Yeah, like he's still in the Champions League with Real Madrid. He was a couple of points off top against Barca. All right, he lost the Super Cup to Barca, but that's like the Charity Shield over there. But again, why would he want to come in the Europa League or the Conference League with the players we've got? I get it. He gets the Seaberts, Frimpong. We've got talents in our squad all over the place. So it's an exciting project for him to come in. But we're going on like it's a guarantee that Alonso would want to come because you can't name me a top manager out there that would want to come in, play Europa League and Conference League football.
What makes you think we're actually going to get you?
Well, Conference League.
Yeah, we might not even get any Europe at all. Let's face it.
Honestly, man. Honestly,
I'd rather not have any than fucking that.
I'd rather not get Europe if we're not going to get Champions League. Honestly, I don't care if people are going to say, "Oh, but we finished fifth and we got Europa League in 23-24 and we're all doom and gloom." I'm like, lad, I don't want to go. I don't want to play Thursday Sundays. I don't want to do that. I can't be asked doing that.
My Sundays, man.
Thursday, Sundays, no, fuck off. No, I don't want to do that at all. No. Not for me, that. No. Not a chance.
Mo, I agree. Mo, just bear with me a second, lads, because I'm putting something up that David Ornstein's just said, and I'm going to get your thoughts on it. Just bear with the Brady, lad, while he gets it. Yeah. Fuck off, you silly bollocks. But Mo, I'm putting this comment. Well, it's a picture on the screen now. Where is it? Just bear with me a sec. Yes, here we go. Sorry for me fucking slowness. I am shite with computers.
Don't worry, lad. I've watched Liverpool be slow all season.
Yeah, so fucking goes hand in hand. But Mo, this David Ornstein on Arne Slot's future. He said every time you make checks on this, you're told nothing before the summer. So clearly the summer, like we see at many clubs, is a time for review, and it'll be fascinating to see which way Liverpool and other teams go at that point. Naturally, if results deteriorate to an alarming degree, I presume the hierarchy at any club, even though they are backing their head coach, will have to think about it. But I think the intention at Liverpool is to back him, Mo. And I think that goes pretty closer with what I'm saying, Mo. I think they don't have any new news, to be honest. And at the end of the day, Mo, the results are getting bad. That was a bad one the other day, lads. I can see someone slagging me technology off, Ryan. Fuck you, lads. But one thing's for sure, Mo. The whole narrative's changed with regards to Slot, lads, hasn't it, in the media? They know he's going.
Even Cara was leaning into him yesterday. Like, do you mean?
There you go. Because this can't go on, Mo. Liverpool have gone from the top of the tree and they fucking fell down and they're in dog shit.
If you just, I don't know why I'm laughing, but I just can't believe what's happening to our club. But at the end of the day, in the space of 6 months, we've gone from champions, spent 400 odd million,
champs to chumps.
Yeah, 400 odd million, and then we're talking about not even qualifying for Europe now. What, in the space of 6-7 months? It takes a special kind of manager to do that. Do you know what I mean?
Certainly got something
and that pressure is building. He didn't probably have it before, but there's a slow change in narrative. Big up to everyone in the chat, by the way. A lot of chat got a lot of things right. I've heard someone say that even rival fans are asking us not to sack him. And when rival fans are saying that, it says a lot. It's got to that point where we will know what FSG and these owners are about if we are next 4 or 5 games we've got really bad results and we're 7, 8, 10 points adrift off Champions League. We will know whether they've got the cojones or not. We will know whether they're football men or just pure money men. We know they're pure money men, but I always believe that, because I'm not a biggest FSG fan, but I always believe that their model is to find a manager or a process to overachieve. Yes, they've given money this year, but if you break down the last 10 years net spend, it's 40 million a year. It's 400 million net spend, which is nothing. You make that in shirt sales alone. But they're businessmen to the point where they've got contingency plans for falling out of a Champions League, because they know they've got the blueprint within a couple of years to get back in the Champions League. So I think they've got that mentality that they don't really care. But I hope they do care, because the next 4 or 5 results will tell me if we're adrift of Man United and Chelsea, whether they think, right, this is too much now, you got to go. Because there's cracks appearing, even players are making subliminal messages. Sobersley on his Instagram the other day, cracks are going to appear, and those cracks are going to get bigger and bigger and bigger if we keep moving.
Oh, the cracks are appearing. Scallywag saying here, Greg, Klopp would not be dictated by the dated teenager like Edwards. Thing is, though, mate, it worked well. Let's make no mistake about it, Greg. They complemented each other. Yes, they had the differences, lads, but fuck me, Mo Salah and fucking players like this lad wouldn't have been at Liverpool if Klopp had the final say. So,
yeah, it's true.
Do you know what I mean? So we have to take it in, but we appreciate the comment, lads. Appreciate it. One thing's for sure, Greg, right? The more and more I hear the manager, he fucking winds me up, and I can see it with a lot of people. But Greg, I want your honesty now. Let's say, for instance, the manager's sacked right now. And let's say, I can see a Carabag fan in the fucking chat. He must be the only one. Carabag's only fucking fan.
Carabag carries the spirit of a nation and the strength of those who never gave up. At Anfield, that spirit will be felt. Mate, honestly, you don't need to bring spirit. Lad, as long as you bring a football, you're going to beat Liverpool. Don't worry about it.
The only spirit you need to worry about is probably fucking vodka, lad. Fucking watching Archie. But Greg, one thing for sure, mate. Liverpool need the manager bounce before we, before we start to think much. Because as much as we're talking about Champions Leagues this week, Greg, we need to talk about the Premier League. The Premier League stinks, lads, for Liverpool. It's not
Premier League is what I watch every week.
Exactly.
No, it's what I watch every week. I don't mind. Sorry, I don't mind the little 3-0s to Marseille. I don't mind the little 1-0s to Real Madrid. You know what I mean? I don't mind the little 3-2s to Atletico. I don't mind the little 1-0s to Inter Milan, but they don't happen every week. They happen every 2 or so weeks, and we're not gonna. And let's just say we do beat Karabakh, right? We're then not gonna play Champions League again until March. Do you know, so it's like, lad, it's only, it's not that much. It's not that much football.
No, it's not. Look, and shout out to Mohammed. He's Carabag fan. Must be the only one. He said 30 million. Can't see that. But I mean, we appreciate the comment, lads, and I hope you enjoy your night tomorrow. But Greg, one thing's for sure, lad. Liverpool need to. I don't believe they'll just let it fizzle away, Greg, because I tell you what. We're up shit creek with PSR. I know that if we just fucking don't make this Champions League, I believe, Greg. And sponsorships, a lot of sponsorships have come around the corner recently for Liverpool. Liverpool can't sign up a monster £1 billion fucking pound deal with Adidas Greg, and then go out to Champions League the next year. There'll be consequences if that happens, mate. And I tell you what, a few players will be fucked off at Liverpool if they don't see change, mate. Because, let's be honest, regardless of what we've all heard, blah, 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 same with the people in the comments, and shout out to them. 184 of them, by the way, Greg, watching. So smash a like and subscribe, please. We're 4 away from 100 likes.
Smash a like, guys.
Fucking get the likes up.
Yeah. Greg, fucking, can you imagine having to watch Wirtz and Isak in a fucking Europa League for Liverpool next season? That would be a fucking shit show, Greg. And
that would be the most.
That's where I would blame. That's where I would blame Edwards and Hughes, because every day from now on, Greg, is where they take shit.
Mm-hmm. No, that'd be horrible. That would be absolutely horrible. But at the same time, it's like, look, if the players themselves have already come to an agreement that they're not playing for Slot, like, I mean, we're fucked. We are all fucked. We are simply all fucked. Because I think that's where we are right now as a club. I think the players themselves are already like, listen, man, lad, nah, I don't care about him. I'm not listening to him, lad. And they're just sacking off all of his authority. Mm-hmm. That's just how it feels like watching them play on the pitch, because we don't really have a system. And all the good things that we do on a pitch, when they do come around, they don't look like training ground. They don't look like embedded tactics. They just look like little individual moments of brilliance. That's all they are. They don't seem to come from tactical awareness or such and such like that. You know what I mean? It's just like, it just seems like everyone's checked out. And that's why, as I said, for me, that's why we probably do need that new manager bounce. We just do need that bounce. It's only short term, yes, but you need something short term to build up into long term. Honestly, we're going to suffer the most as fans if we don't get back into Champions League.
Your South African mates in the building again, Greg.
Who you swear to, mate? Ask nicely. You think you are in Harare behaving like that? I'm actually from Bulawayo, so get it right.
Greg, it's a shit show. But Rick, Alonso would... I remember when we played Leverkusen, Rick, at Anfield. I was behind the dugout. And he's very emotional on the side of the pitch, and I think that'll go down well. One thing's for sure, Rick, I think the players would run through a wall for him. And because if they didn't, the fans would turn on players, Rick, because the fan base at the minute, mate, aren't going to take any shit. This is why I believe it's a very big week for the manager, in particular, Arne Slot, because the 3 home games, mate, is going to be very telling. If we have a shit night tomorrow, if he thought he didn't air booze the other day, he's going to fucking certainly air some tomorrow.
Yeah. If Slot goes and say Alonso comes in and the performance is still ain't no better, then the players will be turned on. They'll
because we can see who's good enough.
Yeah,
good
like,
enough for Liverpool or not.
You got Slot sacked. Now all eyes will be on them for performances. So it's going to be interesting. Couple of weeks, week, whatever you want to call it, if he survives these next 3 games. But something's got to give, because it's just shit, innit? It's got nothing to look forward to every week. You know, you're getting fucking beat or drawing. So hopefully some sort of decision comes soon. Like if you're backing him, come out and back him. Like keep putting it through some of the journos. Like, you know what you got to do to back him. You got to put that 3-year deal back on the table. So you either do it or you replace him. Because what's the point? When have Liverpool ever gone into the summer with a manager just with a year left on the deal? Never.
This is it. 100%, Rick. Greg, just before I go to Mo, Greg, you've got someone from the same place as you, Greg. So we've got a South African. Small world, lad. Small world.
It is. It really is. Oh my goodness me. Fair enough, lad. Oh goodness me. It's a very small world.
At least some good came out of it, and you know you've got a fucking someone close to home there. But
very true.
Mo, what would Xabi Alonso do for Liverpool or Steven Gerrard? Mo, what do you think happens? Mo, tell us.
I don't know. If I knew, I'd be a minute. I don't know, Look, there's 3 roads, okay? I think 3 options. Option 1, they stick with Slot to the end of the season, assess where we are. Inevitably, he leaves, and they get whoever's available at the time who wants, at the end of the season. Option number 2, the results become untenable over the next 3-4 games. Alonso says no, but I'll come in the summer. Gerrard comes in as an interim till the summer. Option number 3, results get untenable over the next few games. Slot goes, Alonso comes in. So what are those 3, isn't it? Toss a 3-sided coin.
It fucking is crazy. Right then, before we start to wrap it up, just want to say this has been one of our better shows with the numbers. 204 watching live. Fuck me. But I just want to say something before we go on. Smash a like, subscribe if you want to become a member too. So, but also shout out to Mohammed. He's a Karabag fan. He said all
Big
respect
up
to
Mohammed, lads.
Big up him, lads, because it takes something to fucking go on a Liverpool channel. So, Chris Khan in the building. How are we,
Is you at
lads?
the game tomorrow? You at the game tomorrow, lads? Oh, big
Mohammed,
Chris.
are you at the match, lads? Let us know. Craig, I want your thoughts. What happens next?
What happens next? Liverpool fucking go on a whatever game win streak. We win the Champions League, and then I wake up from my dream. Sorry about that.
With who, Greg?
Nah.
With who is the question, lads?
Oh, lads, what happens next? What does fucking happen next, lads? To be continued, innit? It's one of them, lad. It's a cliffhanger. It's like, do you know how I said before, how it's like, it's just, I'm not excited. I'm really, it's just not exciting, but I'm still gripped in because it's just like, maybe this week could be the week something happens, or this week, it'll be this game, it'll be there. And I'm still drawn in every single game. It's just something keeps on pulling me back, and it's just, I don't know. Do you get what I mean? It's just, I hate it. I hate this season. I hate how crap it is. I hate how boring it's been. Or not boring, but I hate how just how crap we've been. I hate how uninspiring it's been. But I'm still so hooked. I'm still so hooked. Because we don't know what's gonna happen next. That's the thing. We really don't.
Well, I want a one-word answer before I go to Rick. Greg, does he see the season out Arne Slot or not?
Yeah, I think he does.
Oh, Mo, what did you say?
Not my opinion. I just think upstairs. It's one of them.
Fair enough. Greg, yes, you think he sees the season out. Mo, I didn't get your one-word answer. Do you think he sees the season out or goes before?
I'm with Greg. I think he sees the season out because upstairs are pussios.
I just want to say don't say I don't invite you, you cheeky bastard, lads. You're always fucking too busy for us, you fucking cheeky fucker. But I hope you're good, lads. Rick, well, you have to stick to your bet, my friends, but I have come to you last because I just want to tell the people there's 183 in the building. Me and him have a £100 bet, and Rick thinks the manager sees the season out. So I want to tell you now in front of all the people, Rick, are we doubling it? Because I believe he goes.
we're not doubling it because
you shitbag.
No. Like I said to you, I'd happily just pass you over the 100 note. If he went tomorrow, I'd happily leave it 100 note. But if it means you have to get your ironing board out and I am 100 note at the end of the summer, I'll have a smile on my face either way, won't I? So, but yeah, he ain't going before the end of the season.
Yeah, as Mark said, great show as usual, lads. Best LFC pub. Smash the likes and join the WhatsApp group. It's mental. Become a member, you get to join the WhatsApp group. See what news we get. But look, you think he's staying, Rick, till the end of the season. I do get it. People think they don't, Edwards and News don't want it. There you go. Shitbag. I believe he goes very soon, Rick. I do. So I'm the odds one out, boys. But look, at the end of the day, things have to change because Liverpool, this is not Liverpool. We all agree on that, and everyone in the comments agree with that. Liverpool should not be even having we shouldn't even be having these conversations being champions of England that we're fucking talking that we may not get top 4. We should be talking about when are we going to win the league? Never mind fucking top 4. But look, shout out to everyone who's just joined us. We're going to wrap it up. I believe it'll be Alonso next, whether it could be Stevie for a little bit, who knows. But we're going to keep this up. I want to do this type of show next weekend after fucking City and that. Because I want to see if see what the narrative is. We'll go with the same panel on this as well, and let's see if anyone changes. I'm still Greg is your new mate. Just become a YouTube member. We appreciate it. From the same place in Zimbabwe. Yeah. But boys, this is one to keep an eye on. I believe, because he's under serious pressure, the manager. And look, stranger things have happened. We could win the Champions League, boys. But if he's the manager, we won't, in my opinion. But look, keep the faith. The Reds are in the Champions League tomorrow against Karabag, or Karabag, however you want to say it. But I'm going to say Karabag as respect for Mohammed, who joined us tonight. Who's a Karabag fan. Reds, we'll see you tomorrow at 6:45. Rick, are we going live?
Yeah, we'll do that when the team comes out.
All right, then. Shout out to Neil, who's just joined us as well. Reds, keep the faith. Have a good night, and we'll see you soon. Up the fucking Reds.